So if you've been following my social media or even right here on my YouTube channel for the past few days, you'll know that there has been quite a bit of speculation about a potential Jump Force Season 2. Speculation coming from mostly unfinished animations inside the game. You may have seen my video about their first spotted characters, but the situation has pretty drastically changed because of our understanding of the animation files. Basically, for slightly complicated reasons that I will probably go over in a future video, the One Piece character cannot be Frankie. So I was incorrect about Frankie. Now there is another character that I think that's going to be, which I will talk about in a future video, because I don't want to update you just yet, because I think we can actually figure out all 9 of the Season 2 DLC characters. Again, more on that later this week. Now today I want to focus on the subject of this video, which is Coyote Starrk. Now currently I do believe that Coyote Starrk will be one of the DLC characters, but that's based on some fairly loose pieces of evidence. So I'm hoping that you'll be able to help me figure out what this character is. I've been working together with quite a few people to try and figure out what these animations belong to, and none of us can figure out a character that is connected to these animations. I've already started showing you some of them on screen, but some of the information we can gather about the character is that he appears to be, or she, appears to be able to fly, and they're either channeling some type of magic or holding an object with their right hand. I think that this object is most likely a gun, but I have no evidence to suggest that past the fact that the shape seems to roughly match, and some of the animations have a slightly cocked finger, suggesting that, well, there's a trigger there that the finger is resting on. Given the criteria that we just laid out, I think that this character has to be either Coyote Starrk or Ulquiorra. Now, just a few tips for looking at these animations. Remember that in theory, you should be able to find something that very, very closely matches. Even a minute detail could change it completely. With other characters, it's been very conclusive, but this is a character that is very contestable because the character doesn't match any Starrk-specific things. But I have a theory for that, and again, this is the theory I have to believe because I haven't seen a character other than Starrk that follows the rules of this character. So my theory is that because Starrk is a very limited character, he doesn't show up for very long, and his moveset is fairly limited based on what I understand, it's possible that Spike Chunsoft has chosen to mold together bits and pieces of the character. So theoretically, there are parts of the character that he shouldn't necessarily be able to use at the same time. For example, his gun and his, what I'm going to refer to as an energy sword thing, though I don't know what it's actually called. Theoretically, he shouldn't be able to use these two things, but it's possible that Spike Chunsoft has chosen to give him both just for the sake of the moveset. An example of this that currently exists in game would be something, it's to a lesser extent, but Renji doesn't stay in Bankai form after he uses it, which theoretically shouldn't be possible. So while I'm not 100% convinced it's Starrk, I do think he's the best option given the information I have now. I would love for people to present me with more information, and that's why I'm making this video, is to get the word out there. I want to hear from you. Just to quickly touch on Ulquiorra though, I don't think it would be him because he has a very particular way of pointing at people. He doesn't really just kind of wave around his hand willy-nilly. He's very precise in where he points that finger. But honestly, I could see it being either of these two characters or even a character not currently involved in the conversation. So please help us. What character do you think these match up to? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you see a comment that you think is correct, please like that comment. That way it's easier for me to find. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Let's figure out who this character is. My name has been Bilbsy, and I'll see you in the next video.